Okay, hey, this is Sam, and I'm going to walk through the eGain developer experience and just go end to end. Okay, so here's the situation. I'm a developer. I'm learning about the eGain developer ecosystem, and there is a link that I got that just took me to this particular page here. And in theory, this page should show me everything I need to know to be a viable developer offering my products to the eGain community. So I land here, tells me a little bit about the eGain platform. I can figure out, whether this opportunity is for me. And then I see down here in the second part of this page here, how to get engaged. Okay, how do I find out how this works? There's a link here that says, hey, let's figure out it what it feels like to actually call an eGain API. So I'm going to go through this tutorial. So let's see what that looks like, okay? This tutorial here, and right now this is just the early version of this tutorial, and I'm going to take it over to the left side of my page, and I'm going to prepare myself because the tutorial is going to ask me to do these code examples using Amazon's web service called Lambda, okay? So here's the thing. There is a repo in GitHub where there is some code, and this repo has some code that's basically sample Python code, okay? So let's just read through this tutorial here, okay? Step one, get the Python code, okay? So I'm just gonna copy it directly from GitHub. And then I'm going to go to Lambda. So here's my Lambda. I've already logged in under AWS. And it says create a function. So I'm going to go create a function, that right there. And I'm going to author from scratch. So I'm going to author from scratch right here. And then I'm going to give it a function name. So I'm going to give Sam's chat availability example. Okay. And this is going to be a Python runtime. So I'll select Python 3.7. And I'm going to use the default permissions and default code signing. So I'm just going to go create the function now. Okay. So that's the step. And now it looks something like this. Okay. So now I'm going to add the code. So let me go to the repo and copy this code, the entire file. So let's go all the way down here, copy it over here, copy, and over here in AWS where it says function code, I'm going to go here and just replace that code with my code from the repo. There we go. Okay. So that's now the example that my colleague Craig has prepared so this can actually work. By the way, you don't have to use Amazon Lambda. We're just kind of using it because it's easy. You could actually do this in your Python environment or in your Python IDE if you like. So just for convenience, we've decided to just show you this using AWS Lambda. So the next step here is click on deploy code. Okay, once I've pasted in the sample code, I want to deploy this code. So I deploy this like this. And then that particular option will be grayed out. So changes have been deployed. I get that nice little notification. Now I'm going to have to create an event that I can use to test. So I'm going to create an event, and it's going to have to look like this. So I'm going to say current intent. So, and it's going to be a map of, let's just take care of the rest of this. And the map is going to be name, and the value will be cat. Okay. So somewhere in the Python code, it's going to look for this event with a name key of chat as the value. Okay, so now let me give this event a name. So let's say chat availability event. It's console use. Chat request, okay? And I'm gonna call this, yeah, it could just be from that standard template. Okay, very simple. That's all it is, okay? So let me create this. And now I should be ready to test my function, right? So now I go up to the next step in this, and I go up here. And I think it's already saved, right? Yeah, so it's already saved. So let's pick this particular event. Oh wait, there is an error in my JSON event. What happened? Okay, let's go back. Where did I make an error? Current intent colon. Oh, there's an extra parenthesis here. Sorry, like that. Okay. Yeah, my error. Oh, let's call it again. Chat request. If you like the big R, I'll put the big R there. Ooh, I misspelled it. Okay, so there it is. The test is now, the event is available. And you'll see that somewhere in here, okay, this chat availability function is going to be invoked. And what that'll do is it first will invoke this anonymous request. I think there's an anonymous request somewhere in here first. Anyway, I'm not going to. Okay, so anyway, down here, it does look for the event type. And this is just the very first event type called chat. And if it does, it'll prepare a request that currently is going to one of our backend systems. I'm not going to bother to tell you which one it is because we're going to change this very, very soon. And so I'm just about ready. Okay, so I saved this event, should be ready to test. So now I'll click test. So I'm going to click test with my new event. And it says, look at this. Here's my response. Okay. Execution succeeded. Here's the logs. Here's the details. I should have I had this scrolled up so you can actually see it. So it sent back this particular piece of content. The agent is available. Okay. And if you want details in the log, here's the log output. None of that's going to mean much to you right now. So this is one example of a template of code making an API request to a live eGain platform instance running in real time. And so this is how you can actually now add additional events to test additional functionality, or you can go into your code example. Let's go into the function here, this particular example, and go into the function code and modify any of this with your specific business logic, okay? So this is just a bare minimum, just so you can see what setup is required and what it takes to actually issue the request. And then when the request comes back, you can actually add your business logic here. And anyway, this just goes to give you a little framework into which you can now plug your business logic, okay? All right, so that's all I wanted to show you for now. This is the bare minimum. We'll come up with a more detailed version of this tutorial soon in the future. We're in the process of modifying our live dev instance. So this particular version of the video will not be online very long before it gets updated. Anyway, this is Sam Han showing you very quickly how to use some Python code in the GitHub, sorry, repository. This owner organization is eGain. The repository name is chat availability. And this is sample Python code. And this is how you use Amazon AWS with the Python runtime in order to invoke the chat availability request. Okay, signing off for now.